Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the PowerDrift Podcast. And if you realize, we're doing this on a weekly basis now. We're not being lazy, we're not being lethargic. And we've got a bit of a full house, especially when it comes to the four-wheeler section today, because we've got all three. Well, actually, no, we've not got Rohan here.
yeah.
So, but nonetheless. we are keeping that. We're keeping that in the podcast. It's okay.
Jeet's phone has just
Gone off on us.
Har jeet hai.
Was that Rohan calling him?
That was Instagram, wasn't it? Anyways. So, welcome everybody. New episode. As the title suggests, this is the Jimny episode. A lot of discussions to take place. We are going to have proper full-fledged mega videos coming up very, very soon. I'm guessing about a month from now is when you will see like mega Jimny content rolling out. Jimny Gypsy, I've promised you guys already. I've promised you guys a Jimny off-road specific video. I'm going to do that. Thar, Jimny, we're going to do that as well. And some more. We got some more sort of little hidden surprises on the way as well. But anyways, Vipul, Karan on the show today. I think let's get going. I think straight up, let's discuss prices.
Yes.
I think it's too expensive.
Same, I believe so as well.
That's a 3-on-3. Yeah, I think everybody expected it to be slightly cheaper than what the prices currently
I was
are.
expecting it to start at about 10.5.
Yeah, at least $1.50 lesser than what
Introductory
they've introduced.
10.5 maybe in a while.
Yeah.
11.
Honestly, I thought they'd do a 999 or a 1049 to like
Yeah.
match the base model Thar's pricing.
Exactly.
But Maruti hasn't done that. Also, there is no like super base model on the Jimny. But then there is no super base model on Thar as well. I mean,
Yeah.
even that Thar is not like a completely gutted out, nothing sort of. So I think it's definitely a little more expensive than what we expected. But a lot of people are saying that that's exactly the price they expected, 15 sort of ex-showroom. I think that's...
Because I think the middle variant and the top variant prices aren't too far from what we expected. It's more the starting price, but that's what makes the headlines, right? And I feel that's what sways customer sentiment also. Like the 9.99 Thar rear-wheel drive price is what grabbed headlines, not the top-end rear-wheel drive price. So,
Is there a reason why Maruti just introduced two variants? Why haven't they introduced or given us a really
I don't
like
think...
a base variant?
So it's a Nexa product.
Okay.
I believe it's 3 variants on each, is it? 3 variants on each.
They just have two, right?
Oh,
Zeta
it's
and
a
Alpha.
two-tone or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's a Nexa variant. Nexas don't do like a stripped down, completely pedestrian variant in any case. I think that's more of the normal Maruti side
Arena,
of things.
arena.
Arena
Yeah.
side
Okay.
of things. But yeah, I mean, as I said, I thought it was going to be 990.
So for me, the pricing is off, not because of the pricing being off, but more because of, like, it doesn't have, if it had a lot more space than the Thar, it would have made sense. If it had, more power, a lot more features, it would have made sense. But for me, like, the best thing about the Jimny, the two best things are first the off-road capability, which 90% of owners are not really going to explore. And then is the ride quality. But then how many people buy a car for the ride quality? If
Yeah.
you're looking for, I feel in that segment, at least with the Thar, people are looking for road presence. They're looking for something that feels big, feels substantial, feels
Yes.
like the king of the road.
That's what I believe.
Yeah.
When the Thar was introduced and given the success that the Thar has seen in India,
Yeah.
that is probably why Maruti was also like really keen to
Keen,
introduce a Jimny.
yeah.
And if you put this discussion out, why is it that the Thar was successful? Obviously, pricing is one, but it's just because it's so
it's
big.
the way it looks.
The way
Yeah.
it looks,
It's as
it's
simple
big.
as that.
Yeah.
And the size is also,
Yeah.
like people want something big.
Yeah.
People want something that just stands out.
Yeah, people want the Jeep thing.
The
Yeah.
Jeep thing.
Yeah, the Jeep thing.
And this is something that doesn't come across in pictures, but the Jimny is a full size smaller, except for length, it's a full size smaller than the Thar. So,
I mean, yeah, it's still a sub 4 meter SUV, and it's got 4 doors. The Thar was a sub 4 meter SUV, the original one, but it had 2 doors. So obviously, there's going to be a size perception difference. I think that's the main problem with the Jimny. There's a perception difference. Also, the fact that like the new Thar. Now I know we're comparing the Thar to the Jimny all the time, but it's a natural comparison.
Everyone.
Everybody
Yeah,
is. It
yeah,
is a
yeah,
competitive
yeah.
car because both these cars
Yeah.
are more lifestyle oriented toys as compared to hardcore. This is the only car I have in my sort of. There will be people who have that. There will be people who have only that one car, but mainly it is a toy.
and I feel there will be less Brezza to Jimny conversions versus a Thar to Jimny or vice versa. Like it's more a person buying a Thar is looking at a Jimny versus a person buying a Brezza might not really be looking at a
Yeah.
Jimny.
A lot of people that I know who wanted to buy one, I mean, apart from the people who buying one as a toy, as a like a weekend car or whatever, like a faff round car, people who wanted to buy one as like their primary vehicle were looking at like Swifts and Balenos and stuff like that, or like mid-variant Brezzas, because the Brezza also is today expensive. And they said, you know what, this is a bit of a compromise, but we like the way it looks. It's a bit of a like a fashionable thing to have. So then why not? And we never like go buy a Gypsy because it's too old. We'd never buy like an older Thar because it's too rudimentary for us. Or at least that was what the perception was for most. And we can never buy a new Thar because it's too expensive. So and we'd like 4-wheel drive because, you know, like maybe once in like
In
a
the
year
off
or
chance.
whatever. They're not going to use it probably. But even those
So I
people are
feel-
now like not going to buy it.
I feel as a daily driver, I prefer the Jimny to the Thar though, for sure.
Really?
Yeah.
I
Except for the
haven't-
engine.
I haven't driven
Except-
the Jimny, but except for the engine,
Like the Thar steering is a bit heavy at low speeds, the controls, the screen. I think just those daily car things, the Jimny just does
It's
better.
refined,
Yeah, of
from
course.
what I've heard.
Refined as well.
But
yeah.
is this what the car
No,
is
no, no.
supposed to do?
No,
It's not
it's not.
supposed to be a daily
It's
car. It's
not
supposed to be
supposed
like something that makes you feel enthusiastic or
Yeah.
or as a car enthusiast. Whatever.
since both of you have driven it, let me ask you this: how is it as a highway cruiser? Like, if you want to take it,
I wouldn't do highway. I mean, you can, and people will.
But-
I have a friend who's planning. I mean, he was just like getting delivery of his car next few days. It's first thing he's doing is going to do a trip to the Himalayas.
okay,
Um,
cliche, but okay.
Yeah, I mean, he wants to be one of the first Jimneys there or whatever. I don't know. Fine, okay. But it's not. I would sit at legal speeds.
Yeah.
Okay, all
Whereas
right.
in the Thar, you might, or you can go considerably.
Oh yeah,
fast.
for
Yes,
sure.
yes,
And for extended periods of time
Yeah,
as
yeah.
well.
yes.
This feels a little not wobbly. I would say it feels a little
For me, it's more the engine. It's just
strained.
very strained.
Is there a reason why Maruti is offering the K15B?
Yeah,
in this?
there is. This engine is mated to the rear-wheel drive platform. The newer one has not been adapted to it. Also, this is the gearbox combination that is mated to this particular engine. So there is a package that's already existing for your years and years and years and years and
all
years.
right.
So to
And
take-
what they wanted to do is make sure that this car is absolutely 100% reliable as far as it can get. I mean, all Marutis are reliable, we know that, but like they wanted to have this extended or this extra approach to reliability. And that 4-speed gearbox is just bulletproof. We know that for a
Yes,
fact. Like it's
yes.
absolutely like you cannot break it. I mean, you have to be doing absolutely dumb things to break it. And honestly, yeah, fine on a highway and all, it would feel slower or like you would need the 6-speed or whatever. But in normal like city driving, as he mentioned, that 4-speed actually is quite great. I drive somebody's Ciaz who's a 4-speed, and I have a friend who has a Desire 4-speed auto. I think he's covered some 1.5-2 lakh kilometers, and they've never touched the gearbox. Like they've done oil changes and stuff.
Even the clutch?
Nothing. It's got torque converter, so nothing. They've
Oh,
done
okay.
nothing to the gear.
The auto, okay.
Interesting.
Yeah, and I believe the manual is. I mean, I've not had a confirmation yet, Maruti. Give that
Regarding
confirmation. I'm gonna mess with the person and get the confirmation. But I believe it's a evolution of the Gypsy gearbox,
what? Oh, okay.
which is why it doesn't feel as slick as a modern Maruti front-wheel drive gearbox does. Because Maruti gearboxes, front-wheel drive gearboxes are
We've all said, all three of us love it.
they are the best.
Yeah.
They are
We-
some
yeah.
of the best that you can get.
yeah.
We
The
had a
ease of
Brezza-
operating, the quickness,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
swiftness, and all.
Oh, it's superb.
But then you just mentioned that the Jimny would be a great daily driver, especially in the city.
Yeah.
The automatic probably because the manual
For
is
sure, yeah. And actually, in the city, the engine does not feel strained. The engine feels fine. There's good low end torque, as we discovered on the hills. The low end is perfectly fine. It's when you want to
Wanna
pick
go
up
faster.
pace that it feels strained.
Speaking of which, you are facing this sort of a. It's not a performance issue, but it's very restrained. The performance with stock tires, without the car being modified. You think this will be even worse when people start
Oh,
modifying
100%.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
bigger
100%.
tires?
100%.
For sure.
So,
So if you are planning to modify your Gypsy after you buy it, you might want to think Jimny. It's the same thing. Come on, you agree to it.
Think
so
about
you-
turbochargers.
So I want to discuss a whole bunch of that as well. Because,
Yes, yeah.
because there is a whole bunch of aftermarket stuff. Now, the legality of this is questionable. So
LS swap it.
don't. Oh, somebody put a big block Hemi into a Gypsy once, like a junkyard build.
In India?
No, not
Oh, okay.
like one of those big 7 liter, 8 liter.
That car would have
Damn.
so much weight on the front.
Stoppy.
Yeah, crazy. The gearbox was like yours or something. No, okay, so we'll get to that. I just want to touch on the automatic versus manual thing. I prefer automatics, just in general.
Okay.
I've always said that performance cars, small cars, whatever, even the Maruti AMTs, I prefer them for the city driving purposes as compared to like a manual because there's just this added ease. Which I just don't want to shift gears anymore. Okay, I don't want to do it.
Do you as well, Karan? Do you prefer
For me, it depends on the scenario. Like if it's a nice road with
I'm
like
talking about new cars, by
switchbacks
the way.
and
new cars in the city?
So
That is the condition.
new cars in the city for sure.
So new cars in
for
general.
sure.
Yeah. I'll tell you why. I have older cars. I have column shift manuals. I have floor shift manuals. I have 4-speed. I have 3 speeds. The works, right? So for me, the glory of a manual in new cars doesn't exist.
I think I still haven't evolved to this sort of a thought.
Yeah.
I'm still the manual sort of a person.
In the city as well?
In the city as well. I don't mind using all 3 pedals at all times. It just gives me more control over the car, over the power, my overtaking, the way I drive. I just prefer it.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it's just a personal
On
preference.
a-
I know a lot of people prefer automatics, and it is, yes, very easy to live with an automatic.
Yeah.
Very, very
And they
easy.
become super reliable. The earlier issues were reliability and serviceability
Maintenance
and
and all
maintenance.
that.
Stuff like that.
Yes.
That issue doesn't exist anymore with most gearboxes.
That is right.
Unless you
The
have something
one
very
issue
weird.
that still persists, I believe, is fuel efficiency.
No, not if you drive it gently.
Yes.
So, like for example, Maruti AMTs are rated higher than the Maruti manuals.
Yes. That is because it's an AMT, basically
That's
an auto.
because it's the drive cycle is what matters. The Indian drive cycle has a particular cycle where when you do fuel economy testing at ARAI, it's on a rolling road, right? It's on a chassis dynamometer. So it goes up to a certain speed, then it plateaus, then goes up to a certain speed, then goes down. There's a cycle.
All right.
So on that cycle, when the car does that, when it's programmed to do that, or when there's a physical person doing that, which is what ARI does, there's experts who actually do that cycle. That's their job, day in and day out. The automatic just adapts better to like an actual driving cycle with like a gentler foot. So
And they
therefore-
usually give manual longer gears to get it to do better emissions as well. Which
At least
we don't
sometimes.
do the
automatic-
AMTs. The AMTs are the same gearbox.
Oh, okay.
With an
Just
automatic
servo on top
also, it does not let you shift, like it does not let you rev the engine over a certain RPM.
okay.
Because it is programmed to shift at like say 2,000, 2.5. 3.
Yeah, or it depends on modes and stuff also.
Again, yes.
Yeah.
And also the throttle input.
Yeah,
and all.
usually. So the difference between like an eco mode, like for example, the long-term Tiguan that I drive, right? The difference between the eco mode and me driving gently and the sport mode and me driving like me is almost triple the fuel economy.
That's
That's a
crazy.
lot.
Dude, even the Kaiga, the eco mode is a
Yes,
huge
yes,
difference.
yes.
Okay, we're digressing like
Oh, yeah,
majorly
yeah.
Yes.
from Jimny
So
episode.
Yeah, back to
if
Jimny.
Cyrus were to recommend one transmission between the two, it is the automatic for
No,
sure.
so in this case, that's exactly what I was getting to. I think the manual is a better gearbox for this car.
Despite it being a little notchy
Yes.
and... Okay.
Let me put a caveat into that. The manual is probably a better gearbox for this car if you are a seasoned off-roader and you want to take it off-road. If you're a noob and you want to take it off-road, probably this is not the right car for you. But if this is what fits your budget, which is strange because there are base model Thars or like mid-model four-wheel drive Thars that you can actually buy and take off-road. But you know what? We'll do a little more detail of... Actually, you can just do it now.
Okay.
The Jimny is not the ideal car for a newbie off-roader.
Yeah, it needs
It needs
more
a little
work.
more skill.
Yeah.
The Thar is. The Thar has brute power, brute torque. So if
Anyone
you,
can drive it off.
Exactly,
You
exactly.
don't have to look
Yeah.
at
You just have to put it in the right place and it'll do
Yeah.
its thing,
Yeah.
right? The
Yeah.
Jimny you have to be very, like, the Jimny and the Gypsy are the exact same principle, higher revving. You know, you can thrash a little bit more at the risk of losing your clutch. And a lot of cars did lose their clutch. You could smell the clutch burning at the media drive later on in their rotations as well.
I wonder who
But-
that was.
After we drove it. But I'm saying, in general, the way people are used to, and people have been used to the Thar and like the diesels and stuff, right? Or even like the turbo petrols or whatever automatics, bigger horsepower engines. So going back to something that's 100 something horsepower, which is like you have to use all the horsepower, all the torque in a little small torque curve, takes some skill.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Especially
That's one thing.
off-road.
Yeah, that's only I'm talking about off-road.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So that is very, very important. And if you are a seasoned off-roader, so if you've been off-roading like 15 years or whatever, from the Gypsy era, you'll find it very easy to drive this. Very similar. Low, first, second low, and you can just like sort of go through. Or first low and like rev the tits of it and then go like whatever. But
the capabilities are pretty remarkable.
yeah, I mean, same ground clearance as Gypsy. It's slightly longer wheelbase, better approach and departure angles, I believe. But yeah, it's a more modern engine. It's a little bit more, obviously more horsepower than the Gypsy was. More modern suspension.
No, I'm saying just in
modern tires.
general, it is.
Yeah, it is
very
capable. It is
impressive.
capable, again, capable in the right hands.
The
People are
lightweight.
going to do stupid shit with this car and get stuck and turn the car around, total whatever. They're going to have some very stupid things happening on the
Those
internet.
people from North India, I wouldn't specify a name, traveling to Goa and driving it on the beach. And
Yeah, well, that's going to happen. It's going to be a very, very popular Goa rental car, I think.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's going to be a very popular Goa rental car.
Yeah.
But it's perfect for like going streets. And
It
it's
looks
small
cute
and it's
there
cute,
as
yeah.
well, probably.
But it does look cute,
Yeah.
especially in that green and stuff.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want someone to call my 4x4 cute, but okay. I
Oh,
think
but then
this
the
is the
Thar-
reason
But it does
why I
look
would
cute.
prefer
It does look
okay.
cute,
It does
yeah.
look cute, it does
Especially in person, it looks pretty.
Because it's small. Like,
Yeah.
when you stand next to it, like it's not a large
I think
car.
I'm
Yeah.
taller than the Jimny.
Yeah, you probably would.
Yeah.
Would be. You probably would be.
Probably, yeah.
But yeah, I think overall, see, it's a nice package and it's a cute, like it's a nice, interesting car, and there's obviously going to be a lot of heads turning, especially with the early ones, because it's a novelty item now, and it'll probably stay a novelty item. It'll probably be, if you see a Gypsy walk, like drive down the road, you are gonna like turn your
Yeah.
head, right?
Always.
That's
I
true.
think the
Yeah,
Jimny,
for
or like
sure.
even with a Thar, you probably do turn your head even now because it just looks cool. You want to see who's driving it. You want to like,
Yeah.
it's a lifestyle that you might want to lead. With the Jimny, I think it's gonna do similar things for a bit, maybe for longer, because I don't think they're gonna sell a ton of cars as say like for example the Thar has, which makes it then a more sort of lifestyle-y vehicle.
I think it also allows a different strata of people to then buy it because a lot of people might not want to buy the Thar because of the brute, brash image it's sort of associated with. You can, I think the Jimny will have a more cleaner image in that
I also
sense.
see a lot of women buying something like this because a lot of people do buy the Thar. A lot of women do buy the Thar.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm not like being sexist or like
No, it's
differentiating
just
cars here, but I
trends
see a
that
lot
we are
of
noticing.
yeah, because
Yeah.
this is it is. I mean, like a lot of people who I've spoken to, a lot of my friends who are women, few of them, but nonetheless, have actually
It's okay,
said
Cyrus.
the Jimny is such a cute looking car. Whenever we want to see it in person.
Yeah.
And these are people who drive like Nexons and like small SUVs and stuff, like venues, and they're all like very, very like curious about the Jimny. But an urban audience, and they're never going to go off road, and they're going to all buy the automatic top of the line 2-tone, probably in the green or the red, like in a bright color,
Yeah.
lifestyle vehicle.
I have a hot question.
Okay.
Do you think it's going to be rallied?
Yes,
Oh, really?
I think it's going to be rallied. There are definitely privateers who are prepping cars for rallies, 100%.
But isn't it too long for a rally?
It's 4 meters long.
Under 4 meters.
Yeah, it's under
I
four-
think the
it's not 4 meters.
lightweight
Yeah.
Will
in the
help.
right hands
See,
with
the
the
other
right
thing-
tires,
Yeah.
that lightweight
Yeah.
setup would actually
No, the other thing is there's a shit ton of aftermarket support for this car. Tons.
Is there turbo kits and stuff?
Yeah.
Yes, in the
We'll
international
get to that. We'll get to
Yes,
that.
yes, yes.
So it will be. I definitely think it will be rallied because it brings. Do we see Maruti Suzuki Motorsport coming back and resurrecting itself with this? I don't. I honestly don't think so. I think Maruti today is in a very different place as an automaker as compared to what they were 15 years ago when they were doing
Dude,
motorsport.
but their hints of enthusiasm are coming back. They got the booster jet back. The Jimny's here.
I think that's just peer pressure because other manufacturers have got
No, I
it.
think the booster jet is also here because I think they're like, sort of now readying it as a like replacement engine, the next gen, whatever. And it's not necessarily a performance oriented thing for them. It's I think more
Yeah.
emissions and
Yeah.
so you have to realize the turbo small engine didn't come out because the manufacturers wanted us to have fun.
Yeah.
They wanted their emission figures to be lower. Smaller turbo engines have lower emission figures.
Yeah.
They have pathetic fuel economy when
Oh,
when you
really
like
bad.
ring them.
Yeah.
Yes.
But that's what it is. Like the Fiat Multi-Air, for example, that tiny little engine, right? Like everybody said, oh, small turbo engine, fun. It wasn't meant for fun. It was meant for like fuel economy figures and emissions figures.
Even the EcoBoost
Yeah,
wasn't
same
meant
thing.
for fun.
But there's a byproduct.
Yeah.
And like the booster jet is fun. So
Yeah.
what would you do with your Jimny if you get one? Like if theoretically, if you bought a Jimny and you had, so no budget restrictions, what would you build?
Let's start with color first. What color would
Red,
you?
and then I would sell it off. And buy a Thar. No, not really. So obviously raise it a little, because I think for a 4x4 it is quite it is not as tall as I would want it to be. So suspension upgrade, and after that obviously rims and tires. With a red car I would go for white steel rims and get
Very
some.
conventional gypsy look.
Yes, I think I would stick to something like that. And obviously mud terrain tires, not even all terrains, because I want again my 4x4 to look like a 4x4. And maybe you have those cab marker lights
Oh,
that,
yeah,
that
yeah,
you
yeah.
can fit
Yeah,
on
yeah,
top
yeah.
of the roof. The problem is you have to drill the roof, but
Don't they stick on? Don't
they do
just
have stick-on options as well. But then for the wire to be passed
okay.
onto the inside,
Okay.
to give it an electrical
needs a-
connection, yeah.
okay.
I mean, there are other ways of doing it, but I would want someone to figure out a way where we can install those cab marker lights on the roof.
I love those.
I know. I've
look
been
too
wanting
good.
to get those on the Safari. But, I mean, it's just a dream so far, because I don't want to drill the
Yeah.
roof. Also, fog lamps on the front, just to give it
Or
that,
like spotlights.
like spotlights, yeah, like big ones, like those Hella ones. Just because when you take them off road,
Like what I had on the Polo.
yeah, for the longest time, like this. Imagine
What?
Cyrus driving to office in his Polo and
It's
this.
so huge fog lamps.
I
fog
haven't
I've never seen it. I'll
no.
show you a picture. Basically, I went on a road trip with a couple of friends
Huh.
a few years ago, and the Polo's lights were not enough for me. So I thought we'll put aftermarket. Like I collect amongst the many things I collect driving lights. I have
Like bulbs.
like the driving lights. Oops.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the
Okay.
big driving lights, the
Ah,
Hellas
okay.
and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
I have like 50 pairs of them.
Really, can I
Oh.
borrow a few?
But you get them now. They're not very expensive.
Yes.
You can literally buy them off Amazon, and they're legit. They're not like fakes and stuff.
Okay.
So I put two Hella 3000s, which are like this big,
Seriously?
and two Hella 700s, which are about this big.
Oh,
and the Hella
shit.
700s were slightly angled, and the Hella 3000s were like in the front.
Were you
and
driving
then
to the moon or something?
I was driving to Rajasthan, and then I was the lead car. Because all the other boys were like, oh, yeah, we can't have you. Because if I was behind anybody and the lights were on, like they couldn't, like it was blinding. So I would turn the lights off. And of course, I did like the smart thing, and we always had a cover on them in the city, and we never like drove them.
Sure.
without Always. If I got leather covers made
Oh,
for
wow.
it. So you need that. Legally, you need that. You
Yes,
can't have
you
them
have to
up.
cover those lights.
And
when you-
only in the night on the highway when I was road tripping would I have those on. Otherwise, never like even on the expressway and stuff, I would never have them on.
Dude, but they, my experience was them was almost life saving, dude. I'll quickly sum this up. I had a family friend who had an Isuzu with like Hellas on them. And we were driving in Rajasthan only. And those are long patches of unlit highway. And we're going, and he just turned on the Hellas for a bit. And we just spotted a truck that was
Yeah.
completely unlit
Yeah,
in the
that's-
middle of the road.
yeah.
So they can actually be life saving.
Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
sad that they're technically not legal to use.
Yeah. No, so there is a gray area. They're legal if you cover it and keep it and stuff like that.
No, but then even at night you can't use it. No.
You can on the highway. There are
can.
I believe there are some like driving
just
codes
try
that allow
avoiding
you
it in
to-
the city.
Yeah. Oh, for
Oh
sure.
yeah,
you
for
should.
sure,
yeah.
for sure.
Otherwise-
those guys, the people who have those
Yeah, all lights on in the city is
Yeah,
like
yeah.
what-
insert
what is
words
good.
here.
Oh, also like light bars and stuff,
Yeah.
like not needed.
Okay, coming back to the
Oh yeah,
modest.
yeah.
I
Sorry.
think I would also get aftermarket audio for the car, because I don't think Maruti does really good audio.
Speakers, you mean?
Speakers,
Yeah.
yeah. The head unit is fine. Because I see myself driving it to remote locations where I'm outside the car, having a little setup, maybe enjoying some food and all. And I would want the car to pump up speakers for the environment, like for me and people who are there. I think that's about it. Nothing else. Something to do with power, but again, that comes at the expense of fuel efficiency. And hashtag middle class. So that's about it. Mainly aesthetics, just that.
I would probably do like an overlanding spec on it. Like
And you get stuff. For
yeah,
like
the
a lot
back
of
part
stuff.
has like I would like maybe like not a kitchen but like a stove, have like an fridge there, a place to sit at the back, and probably remove the
There is
back
not
row
enough
seats.
space in the car for 4 people.
No,
man.
but the boot is like
That's
decently
most
big for
decently
this.
sized.
Okay.
For recreation, it's decently big.
All right.
They had like at the event, they had like a setup where the Jimny was standing, and from the back, they were serving coffee out of it.
Yeah. That's
So it
quite a
looked,
cool.
looked really cool. I don't know what I'm not the overlanding kind of guy, as you probably know, but I would like that
You can
adventure
drive that
vibe.
overland rig to a hotel and stay.
Exactly. Come down for coffee at
Yeah.
night
pretend to like be like.
But yeah, big tires for sure. Free flow exhaust, hella lamps, those marker lights as well. And I would probably take maybe either a black or a green. If I get a black, I would get white steelies on it. With a green, I would get like black rims on it. Yeah.
Okay.
What about an aftermarket horn? You're from
Dude,
Gurgaon.
I have.
He's from Gurgaon. You need it.
A big ass aftermarket horn with like speakers, police
That
lights.
Pagla, what is that Agla Pagla Divana thing?
8055 number, boys.
Huh? What was that song? Agla Pagla Divana. You know that song?
No, I haven't.
Oh,
Oh, is that the one
trucker.
that...
Oh, dude, those are too good. I have a Godfather horn, where the 6 trumpets that play the Godfather. I'm a huge fan of the Sopranos. Like,
Oh
huge
yeah, but I
Sopranos
haven't
fan.
finished the show.
Huge.
I've seen
So
like
there's
till the
a
last.
scene in which Polly comes around the corner and he presses the horn button and it from his caddy and it plays the
Oh.
and I'm like,
I need this.
So I immediately went and bought one. It came like a few months later. Sadly, it doesn't work.
Oh
So
shit.
now I have to figure out how to change that, like that little air unit, because the trumpets work, the air unit doesn't work. So I'm trying to figure out what to change. But I'm gonna put it in my Fiat because why not? Okay, so I
Colour.
asked them these questions because I want to talk about mods that you can do on. Mine would be red and black roof. Like
Okay.
there's no, I don't even have to think.
Hey,
At
I
least
got
we
a
agree on
question
something.
yesterday about someone who was specking his Jimny, and that guy said the black roof is called the bluish black roof. Is that
No,
true?
it's black.
It's black, right?
It's black. There must be some nomenclature in Maruti color parlance or whatever, but it's black.
Yeah, okay.
So red and black roof for sure. I mean, I'm a huge red car fan. I would paint if I had a choice, I would paint every single car of mine red. Everything.
You know, this is something we have in common.
Red cars.
Yeah, red cars.
Dude, I would
I
probably
love
not.
I
That-
have
that
I
shade
have
of red,
painted so
wine
many
red.
No. I like the bright.
the bright red. Okay.
So
Rosso
in the
Corsa.
DuPont colors, at least the one that we get in India and ones that I've done on research on so far. Although like the Rosso Corsa is the famous one, the Ferrari red, the brightest red that you can get from the DuPont registry in India, at least a few years ago, was Hyundai's Passion Red. The one that came on the Getz and the Accent Viva. Actually,
Oh, yes,
in particular, the Accent Viva.
Oh,
Yes,
that
yes,
car
yes.
was crazy.
So that's
in
what
red.
I've painted a lot of my cars
With
in.
the back wiper it had. I
Little
used to really
spoiler.
like that
Horrible
car.
looking thing, but okay.
Hey, I used to like that car, dude.
I used to hate the front grill.
It had that.
The
like a-
crisscross.
yeah.
Cyrus is like, look at these kids just talking about shit cars.
Dude, for me, that time cars were like.
Same.
First CRD engine in India, by the way.
Okay.
Back to the Jimny, yeah. Red with black roof. We're gonna drive. Okay, I'm gonna let out one secret. We're gonna drive a modified Jimny very, very soon. We're gonna fly down to Delhi and drive it. We are recording this on the 13th, and we're gonna put this out on 16th.
Hopefully.
No, it's going out this week.
Oh, okay.
14th tomorrow. See, 16th you'll see this episode on YouTube, and you can hear it on like all our
It'll be
audio
funny if we
channels.
don't make the deadline.
No, we will make the deadline. There's no. You think there's a choice? There's no choice. But say about by the end of the month, we'll have a video out of a nicely modified, or probably India's first modified Jimny. I'm making a tall claim, but probably one of the first modified Jimnys that is gonna get a whole bunch of very, very high end, very Japanese actual JDM parts going onto it.
Is that the one you put the rims for on your story?
The NKs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, those rims are like $1.5 or like. Lift kit, like the best rims, very expensive exhausts from HKS.
HKS makes exhausts for the Jimny?
Yeah, HKS makes one, Fujitsu makes one, legit Fujitsu, not the
But they make a lot of
Carol
Maruti, Suzuki, not Maruti,
Suzuki.
stuff.
Yeah. And remember, this car sold in other markets, so a lot of aftermarket support is there, and a lot of suspension setup is very, very similar. And
Dude, that Brabus kit, the
We'll get to
G-Wagon
that.
kit.
We'll get to that. We will-
That's what I would get.
We will get to that. Let's get
Excuse
to that.
my
Let's
overlanding bit.
Finish.
That's what I would get.
Let's finish the performance list first. So yeah, so we're gonna try that car, and that's what I would do. I would do 16-inch NK wheels, but I would do a road-based tire, like I would do a HT tire,
Okay.
because I don't like off-roading with my personal cars. I prefer doing it with press cars. Simple as that. 16-inch wheel, a lower profile tire, a lift kit or a lowering kit, depends on, and I'd make a rally spec Jimny. HKS also makes a bolt-on turbo kit for it. 2.5 lakh rupees. HKS also makes an intake for it, carbon intake for it. Also very expensive.
wow.
So you can get a lot of
Blow-off
really.
valve, this and
So,
that.
so the good thing is for this car, you can get a lot of very good high performance R&D
Tried and
based,
tested.
tried and tested aftermarket parts, which will probably make the car much better than doing some like local.
Which is
design.
awesome.
Yeah. But yeah,
It's- I think it's one of the only affordable cars in India that has aftermarket
No,
support
no.
like that.
Polo.
Now, today.
Available today.
Yeah.
Swift has a lot of stuff. So a lot of the stuff, a lot of these cars do have stuff.
Okay.
It's just that it's expensive, so people don't like opt for it. And there are options locally that you can do like exhaust and stuff. Right? But like nobody is doing aftermarket turbo installs anymore because people are just buying turbocharged cars, right? But people are doing turbo upgrades. So that's what that's happening. But a lot of the tuner culture has moved to the German VAG group stuff because it's so easy to do. But nonetheless, that's So I would do like a rally build, stripped out at the rear, cage, racing seats,
Cage
harness.
would look crazy on a Jimny.
Yeah, no tailgate mounted wheel inside.
I would definitely get a tailgate mount. I would keep
So
it.
even on the Gypsy, I don't like a tailgate mounted wheel.
I think it looks so
I've
cool.
moved it
I
inside
would.
the bed. That's a very rally thing to do because then you sort of get the weight inboard and not on
Towards
the
the
end.
center.
Okay.
But yeah, that's how I would do it. And of course, 6 lights in the front or whatever. Like, no marker lights. I don't like that because of the holes in the roof thing. So if somebody would get like a solar light, maybe, yeah. But otherwise,
This is heavily inspired by your own
My own
Gypsy.
Gypsy, yeah.
Because just day before yesterday I saw it, and this is pretty much the exact same spec on his Gypsy as well.
lower to the ground.
Lowered, dual shock absorbers.
Yeah, I have.
Oh, you would lower the Jimny as well?
Yeah.
Just make it stiffer.
Oh.
So that it doesn't
lower
wobble as
down.
much.
Make it and then like do a nice exhaust on it or whatever. Loud side exhaust coming out below the
Side
rear
exhaust brings me to G-Wagon.
Again.
Okay, so let's talk about that. Let's talk about all the kits that you can get.
For sure.
Would you do the Brabus one? Because Brabus
100%.
officially makes a kit for this. It's expensive.
100% I would get the Brabus.
Would you get the
kit.
Brabus one or the Liberty Walk one?
Brabus.
So I would definitely get the Liberty Walk one.
I haven't
Liberty
seen the
Walk is
Liberty Walk one.
cool.
Put
Cooler.
up a picture of it.
It looks very like JDM and it's very cool, and especially like on a grey Jimny. Is that what their color is also? The one on the pictures? Is it grey?
Was it black or something? I don't remember.
Okay, like a dark color. It looks.
Yeah. I
But
would
the
do.
Brabus kit, dude, it's like a G-Wagon.
Yeah.
It is like a G-Wagon.
So I would do the Liberty Walk kit, and I would probably get a set of like over fenders for it.
Okay.
So like make the fender. I don't know if you can do that though because of the 4-door setup. Because on the 2-door you can like get a wider fender for the rear or whatever. I think you can. But I would definitely get like a wide body Liberty Walk kit. Probably not the full carbon one because it doesn't make really any sense. And like get the interior stuff for it and all. It's not. It is expensive, but not like very 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 expensive. I
How
think it's
much is
about
it
for everything all in is like some $4,000 or something like that. And I believe a couple of them are coming to India.
That's not
I
too
believe
bad.
people.
actually.
I believe people have already
For
ordered
a
them.
full kit, that's not too bad.
So what people have done is they've ordered the front bumper, rear bumper, like the grill and stuff like that. The things that people know are like common, and then they're waiting because they haven't done like the side skirts and stuff. And then they're waiting for like to see what the other bits are, to see if they can order it and like adapt it to the 4-door.
Okay.
A lot of people have done a lot of people are doing the wheels. I'm very very glad that the Jimny today exists in the exact spec it exists. because the Jimny's wheel PCD and the Gypsy's wheel PCD and the absolute spec is identical. So what's going to happen is a lot of aftermarket wheels are now going to be made, which means we can finally have modern wheels on a Gypsy. So I can finally do my dream of having like a 17 on a Gypsy with like road biased, lower
Profile.
or like sensible profile tires.
Wow.
Do you think more people are gonna, more modders are gonna flock to the Jimny or the Thar?
It's going to be a split because obviously the Thar has so much stuff available for it. But it's all homegrown stuff, right? People
Domestic.
have, like, there are companies that have literally built their whole reputation on building stuff for the Thar. Right? Companies that didn't exist like a few years ago. Prad.
Bimbra also.
Yeah. So Bimbra existed even before that. But like a lot of companies have now started doing stuff for the Thar and there's some really high quality stuff.
Yeah. Dude, they make dead pedals and all for the Thar.
Yeah. Some really cool stuff.
Hey, even
So
all of these
Jimny
guys,
doesn't have a all of these guys are going to do stuff for the Jimny as well. From what I hear, crores of inventories being like imported for the Jimny because obviously it's going to be very, very popular in the aftermarket.
Wow. You're going to see a lot of modified Jimnys.
Yeah.
I'm
So, like,
excited.
Cobra,
I'm really excited.
the springs to like bring the car up a little bit have already like come in. I know for a fact.
I feel the Jimny is more of a relatively more of a blank canvas than the Thar. Like
You're right.
A stock Thar still
looks cool.
I'm okay with the stock Thar.
Yeah.
Perfectly fine with the stock Thar. But with the Jimny, I would be excited to
Yeah.
take it to the next
And you know
level.
why it looks good? It's because it's running on big 18-inch wheels.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For
It's
sure.
because already
Yeah.
got huge wheels.
Dude, Mahindra does that right on every single. Dude,
Yeah,
even the
and-
XUV 300, the width and the rim size is perfect. Like you wouldn't want to upsize it.
Yeah. With the Thar 18s and you have still so much space to do whatever you want. So if you want to do 22s, you can. If you want to do 16s and a big tire, you can. You know, that playfulness is there. I don't know how much the Jimny will take with the actual stock.
Engine performance.
No, the actual stock the fender space and stuff
okay,
like that.
okay.
I would love to see somebody put like a old school Gypsy wheel and tire combination on. Like
I thought that's what you were going to say when you were talking about the same PCD. I thought you were going to say, I'm going to put the Gypsy wheels on the
No,
Jimny,
why
but
would
then
you
you
do
said the complete opposite.
No. I mean, I'm going to pick up a set of stock Jimny wheels, the steel wheels, and put them on my Gypsy as quickly as I can. Like, I'm going to give somebody like $10,000 for a set. Or maybe buy a set brand new because they won't be very expensive. The steel wheels, right? They won't be very expensive. I bought a set of steel wheels for something else right now, brand new, for my Alto. And they were 1,500 rupees each.
Oh, that's damn cheap.
Yeah, brand new, brand spanking new in boxes. Got delivered to my house. 5 of them.
Wow. When are we driving it again?
In 2 weeks. So
I'm
yeah,
excited.
a lot of stuff.
I'm excited to hear what Vipul has to say about the Jimny as well.
Oh, I haven't seen the car in person or
Exactly.
driven it yet, but
Yeah.
from what I hear, there
It's
were
a
a lot
bit
of
mixed.
people.
It's a
There were a
bit
lot of
mixed.
people who were really excited, and then all of a sudden, when the prices came out, their
Yeah,
hopes just
little
went. They
miffed.
were okay with the car not having enough space on the inside, not having
Oh
cubby
yeah, that's
holes,
fine. That's
Yeah.
fine.
not
All
having
that is
this,
fine.
that. But when the prices were announced, they were like, "Why? Why,
It's
Maruti? It's a
17
crime."
and a half or 18
for the top
Yeah.
spec
on the road.
Yes,
And that's the one you really buy, right? You buy like a top spec.
yes,
automatic.
yes.
Yeah.
With the dual tone paint color.
And at 17 or 18, it just doesn't seem enough.
You have a
car.
lot of other options there, which I mean might not be as cool as a Jimny, but as an everyday car.
No, the Thar exists. As simple
Thar
as that.
Yeah, and I think that's the biggest thorn
For
in
me,
its.
I mean, I am more of a diesel person. I love
Yeah,
my
yeah.
diesel torque. This
I love
and
that. I love that as well.
So for me, that is already a little negative in the Jimny's books. And then the fact that it's priced like this, and then it's a little cramped for a 6-footer that I am.
The one thing that a lot of people are discussing is the fact that we should not be comparing the Jimny
Yes.
4-door versus the Thar 2-door because it's a more direct comparison to the Thar 4-door, which is 5-door, which doesn't exist yet. But I think that's incorrect because the Thar today exists. Right?
And they
Correct.
both are
It is-
four-seaters.
And and they're both direct rivals. They're both toys. They're both
They're both serving the same purpose.
exactly.
They both are lifestyle vehicles.
Yeah, exactly. And Maruti could have priced it low. They've been making these for ages. It's not like
A lot of R&D has gone in. And you just spoke
Yeah.
about how they've used the K15B with the
yeah. Like that
automatic
engine has been
mode.
around for ages. The gearbox has been around for ages. They've been making the platform here for export for a long time, like a really, really
Yes.
long time. So I don't know. I mean, I don't think it'll come down in pricing. I don't think Maruti will do that anymore. But they had 30,000 bookings, 32,000 bookings, something in that region. I think a lot of bookings have been cancelled. Not a lot, but I think a decent percentage.
30,000 bookings is
not
not
a
a
lot.
lot.
It's not a lot.
Especially considering how long people have waited for the Jimny.
Also,
It's-
I think that there is. So when Maruti did their market research, all their market research pointed out to 5-door. They have categorically said we're not doing a three-door car. I think they made a mistake there.
Vipul and I were talking about this yesterday only. Like, if they were not attacking volumes, why not just get the 3-door then?
But they weren't attacking volumes with the Ignis either. And the Ignis turned out to be a surprise hit for them. Well, not a surprise hit in the terms of Maruti hit. But I mean, the Ignis still outsold most like mass market other manufacturers.
Yeah.
I remember when I drove the Ignis for the first time, they said, oh, even if we sell like 1,500 of these, we are like very happy. And they were consistently doing like triple of that. This car reminds me of the Ignis a little. It's got the quirk that the Ignis does. And the Ignis does have a bit of quirk.
Yeah, especially on the inside.
I love
the
that.
dials.
I love the
buttons.
Ignis. I love the Ignis.
Yeah.
I would buy one. I would someday buy one. And like lower the damn crap out of it.
That car
turbocharge it.
is... it
Like
wants
very
to be
JDM
lowered.
like.
Yes, it has that vibe.
My gripe with the Jimny is that I forgot this point, which is why it's a little bit random placed here. But my one gripe with the Jimny is that it doesn't feel that special at low speeds and on the road. Like, you don't feel like you're driving something. You're not driving something substantial, but you don't feel like it. You don't feel very tall. You don't feel like, it just doesn't give you that king of the road feel.
Yeah. You're
Which is
right.
something that a lot of people also want when they're buying an SUV.
Oh, we completely forgot that there's another competitor also like, that exists.
Oh, the Gurkha.
I mean, it exists.
I think we forgot it for a reason.
Yeah.
Dude, but it looks so nice on the road.
Yeah.
Like, from a distance, it looks...
I just hate the engine. I hate the interiors of it. But from the outside,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that new color that they've introduced, that
yeah.
orange.
Yeah. Dude, I saw a black one that day with like
Even black
aftermarket
looks-
rims.
yeah.
It looks proper,
Yeah,
dude.
like he's just so disappointed that we've brought.
I mean, I'm not going to say. You see the video. I mean, that's not really a competitive car. So, anyways, the one thing before we end, actually, we're going to do this with every podcast now, so that it actually creates a list for you guys to do, and we're going to put this on Spotify as well. We're going to figure something out, or we're going to like make a notepad or something. We'll figure something out eventually, right? We're going to, all of us, everybody who comes to the podcast is going to give one suggestion for a song into our playlist. We're going to call this the PowerDrift playlist. I know I'm springing this on you guys. I don't know if you have a song ready. I don't. I'll have to like go through my list. But every week we're going to add songs to this playlist, and we're going to make it like a PowerDrift driving playlist. It doesn't matter where the song comes from, English, Hindi, regional languages, Spanish, whatever. If the person suggests the song, it goes into the playlist. And then you guys can give us your suggestions in the comment section as well. So you start off today.
I need to check the
Yeah, same.
artist's name. Yeah, the song is Eye in the Sky.
Oh, that's
Alan Walker project.
no.
Alan Parsons project.
Yeah.
The Alan Parsons project. Eye in the
Okay.
Sky.
So
Mad song to drive to.
This one is called Sea and Sky. It's
is
my
this?
current favorite for now. Yeah, C. That was similar, but my current favorite. It's not.
I'm going to add his to mine. People listens to some really nice music. I'll
but
tell you
trancy
that.
stuff, no? That's what you listen to. Right?
Yeah.
It's not trancy at all. It's actually house music.
That's what I meant.
Trans-
He always
No.
corrects me with this business,
because
dude. It's
there
the
is a
same.
No,
difference.
I
in
agree.
BPM.
There is,
A difference in BPM.
Is
Right?
it
That's
this?
130. C. Yeah, by Jerome Ismail.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll put this in the comments. Not in the comments, in the description.
Yeah.
So you guys, this thing. My favorite driving song is
Shub rolling.
Hey, that's not true. He told me it's chaiya chaiya just now before we started rolling this. Don't lie. You want to act like some cool
It's
guy.
Bat
Listen
Out
to-
of Hell by Meatloaf. That's my
It's
favorite.
chaiya chaiya.
So anyway, that's our 3 driving song suggestions for this week. We'll add this in.
Okay.
What we'll also do is we'll get like Rohan and Varun and Ananya to sort of add in, and all our guests who come in can add in. All the guests can add in 3 songs.
And I feel you
And then
guys
we'll
should
do
also
like a-
let us know in the comments what your
Any
song
cool
is. And
song that you are
we'll add
vibing
those
to,
in.
you're listening
Yeah.
to.
Yeah, we'll add those in.
Yeah, and we'll add one song each as hosts or as a part of the PD team, and every guest who comes in can get a 3-song slot.
Oh,
So that way
that's generous.
we'll populate the
P driving. No, that sounds off.
Drive tunes by PowerDrift. Simple.
Power
PowerDrive.
Power music.
Power music. Something like that. Yeah. Okay.
We'll think of a name as well.
Thank you so much for watching, guys, and listening to it. If you're listening to it on Spotify or Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcast from, remember to subscribe and hit notifications so that every new episode pops up on your screen when you drive, when you're listening to it in office, or when you're listening to it while you're taking a dump. Okay, see you. Bye.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.